Now that we've finished running all of our formulas, we can see that we have 101 fields again, but we don't need all of this data. The other thing that we can become concerned about is that as we were doing all of this copying and pasting, we may have added leading and lagging, trailing white spaces unintentionally. So we're going to take 2 more steps and then we'll be completely done with the workflow for 2015-2016. The first step is a data cleansing step again. We're going to go ahead and select this tool and drag it down. And we're going to go ahead and remove the replace nulls options, but we'll leave the leading and trailing white space options. So we can go ahead and run that now that that tool has been configured. And then we'll finally finish our workflow for 15-16 by using our select tool to go ahead and get rid of all of the fields that we no longer need. So we do need our identifier fields, but we can go ahead and get rid of all of these original in and out fields. So if we click in the space next to the checkbox for those fields, hit our select, and then again check in the space next to the checkbox for the last field that we'd like to do, we can go ahead and highlight all of those fields at once. Click on the down arrow next to options and then use select, deselect highlighted fields. Then we can go through and we can get rid of all of the intermediary nets for our beginning year AGI and ending year AGI. And finally, we can get rid of our unknown. We don't have to do any renaming here, so we can go ahead and run this step. And what we see is that now our data set has 31 fields, and it just contains the net number of returns, exemptions, beginning year AGI and ending year AGI by age category and by AGI category. Now that we've done our workflow, we can go ahead and add this entire workflow to a container to make it easier to copy and paste. So find a blank space above your first input tool. Go ahead and click and drag so that you have this blue box that appears over all of your tools. You can then go ahead and, since all of these tools are highlighted, hover over any one of these, and you can right click to open up the shortcut menu. And we can do 2 things. First, we can align it horizontally, so in case you have little squiggles in your line, that'll just straighten all of those up. And then we can click it again to add it to a new container. So we can call this container 1516 by net by AGI and age. Now that we have our container, we can go ahead and copy and paste this container. So if we click on it, then we can go ahead and click on the copy. And then again, right-clicking on the blank space will allow us to paste a new container. We can rename this container to whatever year we'd like to work on next. I'll do the 11-12 net AGI by AGI and age next. And then we can go ahead and reconfigure our tools.